What's going on, everybody? Actor Ishikawa here, and today we're playing some Mario Kart Wii, and today we're going to be playing every single Mario Kart DS track in Mario Kart Wii. Now, with this video you have to deal with a slight caveat here, because unfortunately in CTGP, DS Rainbow Road isn't in this. I don't know why, I assume because of the loop-de-loops, etc, etc. But yeah, we're going to have to exclude Rainbow Road for this one. I couldn't find anything that kind of worked either, but we're going to play the 15 tracks that are in CTGP, and we're going to play them in order, just like in the old Mario Kart DS game. So first up is DS Figure 8 Circuit. I should really stop saying DS before all the tracks. We're playing DS tracks, you know this. But yeah, this is the very first track of the Mushroom Cup. It's very, very cool. It's very basic though as well, is what I can say. It feels very like bland and boring, but like not every. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Not every single Mario Kart track has to be, you know, really kind of OMG. Look at all these crazy flips and tricks you can do. Like, some of the tracks do need to be basic so you can introduce a player to the mechanics of the game, etc, etc. Like, you know, in New Super Mario Bros, for example, you're not gonna see like a really hard castle level. Oh, 2 fifths in a row. You're gonna see a really hard castle level on the very first level. You just wouldn't see it unless you're playing a Super Mario Maker level or Super Mario Maker The Lost Levels, in which case you definitely will. But the point being, the track's fine for what it is. For God's sake. But yeah, the track's fine for what it is, and in Mario Kart Wii, it works pretty much fine. It actually works really well. The like the turns feel fine, etc, etc. Like it just feels nice to drive, and that's what you need with these kind of tracks. There's tracks that are really just kind of fun and nice to drive on. And it does look like we're going to win this one, unless something horribly wrong happens. I hope I haven't just jinxed myself. I feel like I might have done, hopefully not. I swear if a red shell comes up now. Oh, I nearly got something with that. And we're done. Sweet. So that's race 1 over. Who are our threats? We have, oh no. We have the 2 best characters in the game breathing down our necks. Next up is Yoshi Falls. You all know this one. This is in the base Mario Kart Wii game. There's not really much I can say about it other than, again, it's very, very simple. Although with Mario Kart Wii physics, it's actually really interesting because, like, those, like, did you see what just happened there? Like, those, like, the tracks kind of separated into 2, like, different parts, in a way. So it feels weird when you go up those slopes. I'll try it again. Like, see, he kind of, like, Luigi kind of just turned off there. He turned off and, like, went completely straight. He goes in, like, a completely different direction. Again, Mario Kart Wii physics for the win, basically. But yeah, this track's just a lot of fun, regardless. You know, like, regardless of whether it's in Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart DS, this track's just fun. You know what I mean? Just on another note, for this video, if there were any, like, cards from the original game that were in here, I would have definitely used them. But, like, unfortunately there was no, you know, there isn't a B dasher, there isn't a Yoshi egg in this game, or there isn't the weird crane that you can, like, sit Waluigi in and drive around. I don't know why a crane's in the game. I couldn't find them. And I tried the B dasher Mark II, but I couldn't really drive it that well. So Mark Bike's the best I could do. But yeah, 2 first places. We're off to a really good start. Okay, Cheep Cheep Beach. This is a cool track. This one, like, in the game, it's definitely a track where it's like, oh, okay, the tracks are getting more complicated now, but it's still pretty easy to drive. The only, like, downside, oh, I thought I could beat that out. But yeah, the potential downside to this is, like, I think the downside to the Mushroom Cup, I'm trying to figure out how to say this, is that it sort of feels almost too easy. Like Mario Kart Wii, I feel like all the tracks, like, are pretty much designed in a way so, yeah, like, the Mushroom Cup is easy, but it doesn't feel, like, super easy. Like, Mushroom Gorge is a difficult track for a beginner. You know what I mean? It's funny because we have Mario Kart Wii now in our university game studio, and I was watching my friend play Mario Kart Wii on there, and he hadn't played Mario Kart Wii in a good few years, so he didn't know all the routes. And I was watching him play. I didn't say anything, other than, you know, or watch out as a red shell, as a blue shell, you know. But like, he was taking the like the less quick routes. He was falling off left and right, and I just kind of sat there thinking, maybe Mushroom Gorge is a bit too hard for the mushroom curve. But then I look at this. I look at this track and I think, actually, it's a little bit too easy for my tastes, at least. But yeah, in terms of drivability of Mario Kart Wii, it's pretty much like the same as all the others, really. Like this road, like if you notice here, it's a little bit bouncy. Like you kind of bounce up and down. But like other than that, it's pretty much cool. The track, again, it's just really nice to drive. I'm gonna say that a lot during this this video, I'm sure. But it really does mean true. Like off-road tracks, like, you know, Shy Beach, for example, or Desert Hills. Some of them on the Mark bike feel horrible. But like if I ever do a tier list for all the regular tracks, I don't know where I'd put like tracks like Desert Hills or Shy Beach, for example, because they just don't feel nice to drive. But this feels like way nicer to drive than those tracks I just mentioned. It's just delightful. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel at any point that I'm veering off or I'm losing control of my vehicle. It feels like I'm always in control of the Mark bike. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to really say about it. Where is everybody? Oh, Funky Kong dropping a couple of places. But yeah, we're pretty much set to win this one. I can already tell. But yeah, next up is Luigi's Mansion. Okay, so the one thing I have to say before we start is dig that mansion. I love the, like how the windows look like eyes, and then gradually as you get close to the mansion, the fog kind of fades away to reveal spooky. I think that's really cool. I think that's in the original as well. But yeah, that's just a really cool effect that either I don't know who made this custom track, but like the person who made it, if they added that effect themselves or if they took it from the original game, that's really, really cool to me. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion, obviously taken from the 2001 game, which was Nintendo's version of horror, which it did scare me when I was a kid, so I guess it achieved its purpose. But yeah, this one's really fun, and arguably this one is better to drive on than the original. Mostly just because the, like, it's weird, because do I say it's better to drive on, or do I say it's not faithful to the original? Because what I meant by that was basically the mud at the end of the level that I just drove on. Basically, that doesn't really seem to veer me off anywhere. Because in the original game, you do just kind of slide all over the place. Which isn't how mud would work in real life, but I digress. But yeah, it does feel slightly odd that that the mud doesn't really like affect you that much. Like, watch. See, I'm driving on it normally. Like, nothing's really slowing me down or stopping me or making me slide. It just kind of feels like normal road. I might as well just be driving on stone or grass or whatever. Well, not grass. Grass will actually slow me down. But you get my point. Phew. I nearly got comboed there. I hate getting comboed in Mario Kart Wii. That was my mistake. But yeah, I love the original boos on the mansion walls. I think that's really cool. Mario's a painting. I don't know why Luigi's a painting as well. Luigi was never a painting in the original Luigi's Mansion. Although in the new one, you can be if you mess up. But yeah, I tried to play Luigi's Mansion 3, just on a side note. I don't know if I'll play it for the channel. If you guys want to see me play Luigi's Mansion for the channel, just leave it in the comments. I read every single one. I don't skip out a single comment. So yeah, this one, like, just really nice to drive on. And yeah, 3, 2, 1, we're done. So that's the Mushroom Cup done, or the Mushroom Cup of Mario Kart DS done. So yeah, we're moving on to the Flower Cup next. Okay, so here's Delfino Square. I'm gonna be honest, when I was looking at the track listings for Mario Kart DS, I was really surprised by the tracks. Because yeah, obviously, like, Delfino Square I expect to be, like, you know, in the second track, in the second cup, because it's in the same cup as Mario Kart Wii. But tracks like Mario Circuit, I thought would have been in like the second cup, the Flower Cup. But to my surprise, it's in the Star Cup, so you'll be seeing that a little bit later on. But yeah, the other tracks I pretty much expect to be there. Oh, apart from Airship Fortress. I thought Airship Fortress was in the Special Cup, but nope, that's in the Star Cup as well. Speaking of the cups from this game, let me know what your favourite Mario Kart DS cup is in the comments, or your favourite track as well. Personally, my favourite track would either have to be like Airship Fortress or Waluigi Pinball. It's probably Waluigi Pinball, actually. I love that track. It's so much fun. And Airship Fortress is just really cool as well. I haven't really seen anything like it in a Mario Kart game or since then. But yeah, you could argue that Mario Kart DS does have the best track listings in a Mario Kart game. Even though, like Mario Kart Wii, for example, is obviously fantastic. I just think that, you know, sometimes, like the DS tracks, whenever I look at both of them, I just kind of think, yeah, actually the DS tracks are good. And then other times I think, actually the Wii ones are really good. But at the end of the day, both games have an incredible track lineup. And I'm pretty sure that, like, the DS tracks and the Wii tracks are ones which Mario Kart fans constantly ask to be brought back. I know, and GameCube as well. I know people want Dino Dino Jungle to be in an official Mario Kart game, not Mario Kart Tour, or just another mobile game. So it was cool to see it brought back finally, but yeah, not for me. I have slightly changed my opinion on Mario Kart Tour. It's not really the game for me, but it is still, you know, I think it's an okay game. If you remove the microtransactions, it's not like an inherently bad game. But yeah, for me, the microtransactions did kind of put me off, especially with the whole monthly subscription thing. That really put me off. But yeah, we are done with Delfino Square. You guys know what this track is. It's in the base game. And yeah, so next up is, oh, I actually realized, I think I skipped one. Yeah, I accidentally did the track listing wrong. So we're gonna do Desert Hills next. Okay, so we were meant to play Desert Hills that last one. So yeah, we just swapped the order around, but that's fine. DS Desert Hills. You guys know this one. This one I feel like isn't that nice to drive. Because, like, you do slide around a lot. And yeah, I guess that's how sand is kind of meant to be driven on. It's not meant to be, you know, it's not meant to be kind of easily drivable. But it would still be, you know, nice to be able to drive on a track and not have to endlessly struggle. Because, like, you know, tracks like this one and Sherbetland is another example. And, what was the other example I gave earlier? Oh, Shy Guy Beach. Like, those tracks are fine for, you know, off-road vehicles, like the Magic Cruiser. But they're not, like, the most commonly used, and you'd never pick the Magic Cruiser for, say, a 32-track race, unless, like, you're really, like, adventurous. Most people pick the Mark Bike and the Flame Runner. And to me, like, the Flame Runner and the Mark Bike just don't do well with tracks like this. Although in the original, I seem to remember it being pretty much fine. Like, it didn't, you know, it didn't bother me that much that, about the sand. I just remember actually enjoying this one. This was one of my favorites back when I was a kid. Just because I loved the, I just loved how the track looked. But yeah, just in terms of more memories from Mario Kart DS, this was the first ever game that I ever played on DS. I played this game all the time. I sometimes play with my cousin. She didn't really like enjoy Mario Kart that much. We mostly enjoyed playing games like Mario Party, because Mario Party DS was a jam. That was really, really fun. But yeah, we sometimes played tracks. I remember she got a really good time on Tick-tock clock, and I remember always trying to beat her. I think I did eventually, but it took me a little while. Oh no! Get there, get there! Ooh. That's like photo finish material. Wow, that was close. Okay, next up is my favorite track in DS, Waluigi Pinball. Okay, this track is, like I said before, this is my favorite track in Mario Kart DS. I mean, the track is just, it's just fantastic. It looks really pretty. Like, the Mario Kart Wii version is just, you know, it's pretty faithful to the original. Like, look at how cool this is. I was saying earlier, Airship Fortress, I haven't seen anything like it in Mario Kart, in like any Mario Kart game. Like Waluigi pinball is something that I haven't seen ever since in a Mario game. Like the uniqueness of this track is really cool. I know it's like the cool thing to say, like, oh, Waluigi pinball is the best track in Mario Kart DS, but like in my opinion, I just really think it is. Like in the original game, oh for God's sake, I'm stuck. But in the original game, you would have like different sound effects that would play specific to this track. So for, oh, I got sniped! Fib sniped by Baby Peach. But yeah, so for example, when you get an item, it would play like a, not a slot machine, but it would have like a special effect for it. When you went up the cannon, it would play a little sound effect. And when you entered like past the flippers at the bottom of the machine, it would play like a game over sound effect because you lost at pinball. So yeah, this track is a gem. This is definitely my favorite one out of all the tracks, honestly, in Mario Kart DS. Even though Mario Kart DS, again, does have an amazing track lineup, like, to me, nothing beats this track. And the theme song as well. The theme song's really good. I remember when I played Smash Bros. Brawl. I should play Smash Bros. Brawl for the channel, by the way. But anyway, when I was playing Smash Bros. Brawl, I would always pick the Waluigi pinball theme every time I made a custom track. I remember we had a stage. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a really stupid stage. But yeah, it was basically like a bunch of like mismatched areas, and me and my cousin thought, oh, what's our favorite song from the game? And we picked, we listened to Waluigi pinball because we were going through the Mario Kart section, and we just thought, yeah, this is a jam. We have to put this in our Smash stage. So yeah, that's the brief story of me and my family playing games. It was me and my cousins. And not really much else. My parents really never played, apart from my dad. My mum doesn't like video games that much, just in general. But yeah, Waluigi pinball, really amazing stage. CTGP, very, very faithful to the original, apart from the sound effects. That's just a nitpick though. So yeah, that's my favourite track done. I'm very sad we can't play this one anymore. But yeah, next up is Shroom Ridge. Okay, next is Shroom Ridge. This one, to me, is basically, like, now that I've played Mario Kart Wii, to me, this one's basically almost like, like not Mushroom Gorge, Moonview Highway, but in the daytime and a bit harder, with a few more blind turns. Blind turns I'm not a fan of in any track, regardless of whether they're made by Nintendo or not. But I mean, apart from the blind turns, because sometimes you cannot see where anything is, this one's like really painful to drive in item rank as well, because not only are you trying to avoid all the cars, you're also trying to avoid all the items, which can make things a bit of a hassle. And again, at least with Moonview Highway, there aren't like really that many blind turns around. So yeah, this one, I mean, this one's pretty much a nice track. Never mind. I'm getting blue shelled. This track sucks. As soon as I get blue shelled or lightning on a track, the track is immediately terrible. 0 stars out of 5. Would not rate this well on Yelp. Anyway. But yeah, this track, it's cool. I wouldn't say it's my favorite one out of Mario Kart DS, but it is fun. I remember sort of struggling this one when I was a kid, but like, I mean, it was still cool. It was still like incredibly fun to play. But yeah, what was Luigi doing? But yeah, anyway, yeah, I like this track. Hopefully we don't get screwed over. I see on the minimap, Baby Luigi's fairly close behind us. Oh, never mind, he got hit by something. Funky Kong's all the way at the back. What happened to Funky Kong? He was doing really well, like before this race, and now he's just kind of not doing so well. Oh well. Daisy's still a bit of a threat. Especially because of the, you know, that blue shell and the lighting. She's posing a distance, which worries me a little bit. Although I think I've got too much for a lead now. Yeah, that's game over. Awesome. Shroom Ridge is done. That's the Flower Cup done for Mario Kart DS. Okay, DK Pass. This one, I was saying before that I wasn't expecting the track listings to be how they were. Like, for example, like some tracks I thought were in the Flower Cup are actually in, like, the Star Cup. Like, you know, Mario Circuit's in the Flower Cup. Or in the Star Cup, sorry, like I said earlier. But this one I thought was also in, like, the Flower Cup. I don't know why. It's just this track seems, like, a little bit unremarkable. That might be a bit too harsh, but, like, the track I think doesn't interest me near as much as, you know, some of the other tracks in this game. But, like, it's still a cool track, don't get me wrong. But, like, this one personally isn't my favorite. In Mario Kart Wii, it's, like, it's okay as well. Like, the ramps, I think, shoot you a bit too high. This one you can get, like, a sort of low trick, and it's pretty much fine. But yeah, like, again, this track is fine, but it's not my absolute favorite. But since we're on the topic of tracks, I did want to discuss the whole Mario Kart DS thing, which was, this was to me, this is the start of the modern day Mario Kart. Wherein, like, this is the first game where you had the concept of, like, the 4 cups with new tracks in them, and the 4 cups with retro tracks in them, which were, in Mario Kart DS, they were defined as being Nitro Cups and Retro Cups, which I don't think have been... They've never been called Nitro Cups ever again. Like, they've never had a name for them. It's always just been, the Retro Cups and then the Modern Day Cups, which, like, I don't know why they stopped using Nitro, because it's a cool little, it's a cool phrase to use, I think. Nitro Cup. But yeah, Mario Kart DS was the first game to introduce that. So you had games from, let's see, you had the SNES, GBA, 64, and GameCube. And some of the tracks in there were really good. I know Sky Garden was in there. You had a lot of, like, the default SNES courses. I think SNES Battle Castle 2 was in there. Like, yeah, there were some really, really good tracks in this. I think the very last track, and this surprised me when I took a look at the track listings, the last track for the retros is, I think, Yoshi Circuit. The track which is shaped like Yoshi. That one genuinely surprised me. Just because I thought, like, that was a bit unremarkable as well. Like, you know, I was expecting something from 64. Because, like, those tracks are a bit more interesting than, say, Yoshi Circuit. But yeah, where are the standings at? I haven't checked the standings in a while. Yeah, we're pretty much fine. It's basically a 2-person race between me and Daisy. Everyone else is just kind of falling behind. Alright, Tick-tock clock. This one is definitely one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart DS. Like I said earlier, my cousin had a really good time on Tick-tock clock. I can't remember exactly what time it was, but I do remember it was a very good time. And I spent a lot of time, probably too much time, trying to beat that time. But I did. And yeah, it was cool. This track is very, very cool. My one, like, criticism of this track is that, like, the wheels don't move. But, like, I'm sure that's something that can be easily fixed. Like, you know, in the next update to CTGP, I'm sure they can, the track creator can sort out something if he feels like it needs to be updated. I don't think it really does. I don't think, because I know this is in Mario Kart 8, but, like, I don't really think it needs to be updated per se, especially because, like, the glider thing, like the glider ramp where the cogwheels are, like, that wouldn't work at all. Like, there's a ramp usually, like, just there, right, just past, like, at the end of that ramp. And if you're in Mario Kart 8, you'd have the glider to skirt around, like, all the cogs. And, like, I don't think it really worked that well in Mario Kart, and I don't think it works really well in, or it wouldn't work well in Mario Kart Wii either. But like, the track is very, very cool. Obviously based off of the clock from, I think it was even called Tick-tock clock, from Super Mario 64. And yeah, like nothing, yeah, this has the same thing as Waluigi Pinball. Like no other track is really like this. It feels unique, which is what I think some tracks from Mario Kart games lack. Like they lack kind of that special factor. Like, you know, you look at a track from Mario Kart 8, for example, that's kind of desert themed, and like you look at that and compare that to say Desert Hills or like another kind of desert track, and you think, why is this special over the Mario Kart Wii track, for example? And sometimes with some tracks you can't think of anything, but with something like this and Waluigi Pinball and Airship Fortress, like you can really kind of distinguish like why these tracks are so unique. I really, really like this track. There's nothing else like it in any other Mario Kart game ever. Okay, Mario Circuit. This one, as I was mentioning just a second ago, this one doesn't really feel that unique. Like it's a lot longer. Like this is definitely, like, I think one of the longest Mario circuits, I think, in the whole series. I think. I could be completely wrong. But I mean, for me, it's just like, this one, again, doesn't feel that unique. Like, sure, you have piranha plants. Sure, there are some really tricky turns. Like, this one here is really, really hard to make on Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart DS, I think it was like, I think even still on Mario Kart DS it was really hard to make. But like, I don't know, it's just, this one feels, if you compare this to say like what makes this so different from GameCube Mario Circuit or Wii Mario Circuit? Like, it's just a bit of nothing, really. It's a bit of a boring track, which again is fine. Like, not every track has to be boring. But like I said before, in the original game, this is in the Star Cup. This is halfway through the Star Cup. I just think that since we're halfway through the Star Cup, maybe the tracks could get like a little more interesting. Which is fine, because we'll have, you know, we'll have our request granted, like, in the next track. I can't talk at all today. Yeah, we'll have our request granted in the next track, which is Airship Fortress, and that one, like I said earlier, is one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart DS, especially in Mario Kart Wii, because there's some really cool things that you can do in Airship Fortress, but I don't think you can do in the original game. So that's pretty cool. There are some cool shortcuts. Or there's one cool shortcut you can do, which I think is quite cool. But yeah, this one's a little bit too boring for my taste, especially like where it is in Mario Kart DS. But like, it's still a fun track. I'm not saying that it's an inherently bad track. No, it's fun. It's still a fun track to drive. I know people who've played CTGP and they've said that, like, you know, they said that whenever we played Mario Kart Wii and we play on DS Mario Circuit, they say the track's actually not that bad. They say it can have some pretty fun races, which I agree with. And yeah, that's not a bad time. 219,600. We only got hit by one thing, and that was the power block. So where are we? Yeah, we're smashing the competition now. This is going really, really well. All right, here we go. Airship Fortress. Let's see if we can do the shortcut right at the start. Here we go. Yep. There we go. You can go along the side of the railing and avoid all the bullet bills. I think that's really, really cool. But yeah, Airship Fortress. This one to me is just cool. This has a pretty special place in my heart. I personally just adore this track. I still think there's nothing else really like it. I wish this track would just come back in more Mario Kart games. I think that would actually be pretty perfect. But yeah, this one, I know it came back in Mario Kart 7, I think it came back. But like, Mario Kart 9, please have Airship Fortress back. Like, this track is so cool. Why is it not in more games? I also just wanted to quickly talk about, I nearly got him off the track. It's my boy. But yeah, I wanted to quickly talk about the whole, like, different modes that you could get in Mario Kart DS, in case you guys have never played it. So you had Grand Prix and Time Trials, obviously. You had Versus Race, you had Battle Mode, and then you had Mission Mode. which hasn't been done in a Mario Kart game ever since, which has baffled me. You basically had these, like, 8 missions that you had to finish. I think you had to finish all 8 missions. And then, once you completed all of them, there was a boss fight that you had to do. Some of them were races, some of them were, like, you had to knock them off the stage. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I think you had some bosses from Super Mario 64 DS in there. Like, you had the... I'll put up a picture of him because I can't remember exactly what he looks like. But he's a big Goomba dude with a crown. I can't remember if he's called like Goom Boss or something. I can't honestly remember what he's called. But he was cool. He was a bit of a derpy villain. I found him funny. But yeah, he played like King Boo. You could play against Wiggler. There were loads of really cool things on Mario Kart DS. Like, I wish they brought the mission mode back. Mission mode deserves to be brought back. Oh, I hit the wall. Oh, look at Funky Kong. He's come back, you know. Funky Kong, yeah, I don't know where Daisy was. But yeah, Airship Fortress, really cool. And yeah, the main take with this, I really wish they brought back mission mode in future Mario Kart games. Wario Stadium. We're in the Special Cup now. We finished the Star Cup with Airship Fortress, and now we're on the Special Cup. This track, to me, again, this has the same problem as Mario Circuit. Feels a bit bland, like compared to the position like that it's in. Like the tracks in the Special Cup should be kind of like a lot harder. And this one, like, it's challenging, but I wouldn't say it's like inherently difficult, I guess. I could be wrong. DS it could be a lot harder. But like in Mario Kart Wii, I've never really struggled with it. But like I can't really remember anything about Wario Stadium in DS, so I could be completely wrong. But yeah, we'll have to maybe I'll have to play Mario Kart DS on the channel and see how everything is. So I'd love to play mission mode again. That would be cool. But yeah, I do like how the track looks, and I'm happy that both Wario and Waluigi got some track recognition in this game. Like, there should be more characters with their own tracks. Like, where's Birdo's track, for example? Or, I don't know. Diddy Kong I don't think has a stage. King Boo doesn't have a stage. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see Nintendo try this. I'd really like to see the haunted house in Super Mario 64 be in, you know, I want to see that in another Mario Kart game. I think that would be a really cool idea. You can have like the little spinny casino roulette. You can have like the whole mansion. It could kind of be like a similar thing to how Luigi's Mansion's done. But yeah, I'm not sure how exactly it would work. But I think that would be actually quite cool. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Nintendo has on offer for Mario Kart 9. I don't know when that's going to be out. It could be out. Like this year or next year. I guess I have to wait for the next Nintendo Direct for that to be decided. And also, obviously, really looking forward to seeing when the next Mario Kart Wii CTGP update is. And I've got some special videos planned for like around the end of February. I'm wanting to do this. Plans can obviously change. I might do it earlier, I might do it later. But I'm aiming to get these videos out by the end of February. And I think you guys will like them. They'll definitely be, I think, a little bit controversial depending on what you believe and what your stance is. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to showing you what I've got planned for Mario Kart Wii at the end of February. I think it's gonna be really cool, and I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. But yeah, Wario Stadium is now done. Pow dodge, sweet. Yeah, we have 2 more tracks left. 2 more tracks left. And the reason why you see 0 here is because I would have done 15 tracks, but there is no option to set 15 tracks. So I just decided to restart the whole thing and do 3 races. So next up is going to be Peach Gardens. Yeah, I really like this track because this one feels harder, but like it's not like really unreasonable, I guess. Like in dang it. Like in Mario Kart DS, for example, you'd have some tracks where, like, you know, with the Special Cup and how that's arranged, and Wario Stadium, which was fairly difficult, like not really that hard for where it should be. You had Red Shell in 5th. You had Peach Gardens, this one, which was like more challenging, but still sort of easy-ish. But like, I would say this one should probably be in like, yeah, like Special Cup, and if not, like the Star Cup at the latest. And then at the end, you had at the very end of the DS Special Cup, you had Bowser's Castle and you had Rainbow Road. And Bowser's Castle, which you'll see after this track, which is the last track that we're going to be doing today. Excuse your drive runs. Yeah, that one is actually quite challenging. And then Rainbow Road for DS was also really hard. So even though Wario Stadium and Peach Gardens are fairly simple, Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road definitely kind of balanced them out by both being quite hard. I would say the same thing about this Mario Kart Wii, like Mario Kart Wii Special Cup, but like Dry Dry Ruins to me is actually really hard. That's probably one of my least best tracks. I know it's my least favorite. That's not true, but yeah, it's definitely like not my best track. But yeah, Peach Gardens itself is really cool. I'm glad they brought this one back for Mario Kart Wii. I remember, I think this one I was the most excited. Like which track they were bringing back from DS. This one I was most excited for, especially because, like, again, I loved Mario Kart DS as a kid, so seeing like any, oh, I just sniped myself. But yeah, seeing any track back in Mario Kart Wii was always going to be really cool. I still get really hyped seeing like tracks come back from like DS and Wii, for example, in future Mario Kart games. But yeah, when this track got announced, I was really hyped for it. It's like, oh, they're introducing Peach Gardens again for like the last couple of the retros. This is gonna be sick. And yeah, it drives really well, and it's just, yeah, it's nice. It's really nice to look at as well. So yeah, we've done 14 races out of the 15 that are in CTGP, not including Rainbow Road, because again, unfortunately, that's not here. But the last track we're going to be playing is a special one, Bowser's Castle. Okay, Bowser's Castle, the last track of this video, and this one to me is special because this one is pretty much my favourite Bowser's Castle from any Mario Kart game. I think this track is just fantastic. Maybe it's nostalgia, but I just really think that this track is amazing. I will say this though, the old version of Bowser's Castle on CTGP was infuriating, because those fiery pillars pointing down, they weren't always there. They were replaced with something way worse. They basically had the spinny fireballs that you see on, you know, GCN Bowser's Castle, for example. Or if you want to go with a CTGP track, Red Loop. But yeah, they had those really annoying fireballs which went around in a circle. And it didn't feel like really RNG based like Red Loop does, but it's still really annoying, because every time you hit them, you would spin out for ages, and you just get sent flying backwards. I'm pretty sure the conveyor belt moved faster as well. But yeah, this one luckily is less infuriating. They updated it so you have the pillars pointing down. I want to take the other route because like no one really takes the other route. Because it's just not faster. I remember always taking the route we just took in DS. Mostly just because I couldn't do that that first route when I was younger. I don't know why I couldn't. I just, oh man. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't do it. I just wasn't as good as I am now, I guess. Combo. But yeah, this track to me is really fun. Again, no other Bowser's Castle is really like this. Oh, come on. That's just infuriating, that. When I start down bottom. Again, this route never gets taken, ever. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something really dumb. But I'm going to keep this until the very end so I can show off something cool. You guys who essentially don't know about the cool Bowser's Castle shortcut on DS. Because what I really like about like the CTGP version of Baz's Kart on the DS is that they kept the old glitch in, and I absolutely loved it for it. It was a really cool glitch. I didn't know about it until only last year, a couple of years ago, and yeah, it's just really, really cool. Hopefully, I don't get blue shelled or lightning. If I get lightning, I just lose it. If I get blue shell, I'll have to play my hand because I'll lose it anyway. But I mean, it doesn't look like anything's coming yet, so I think we're fine. But yeah, I can't wait to show you guys this. If you've never seen this before, it's not like a really mind-blowing thing, but it's just still something that I find really, really cool. So at the ending stretch, if you basically you see these signs here. Basically, if you just go backwards and then jump, it counts. It counts as the end of the race. So yeah, that's just a really cool thing you can do. Like a quick shortcut saves you about maybe 1.5 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds, depending on what you use. But yeah, that's a really cool glitch that I think is really cool that CTGP kept in. And that is it. That's every single Mario Kart DS track in CTGP. And yeah, this is a really cool little nostalgia show for me. I've loved doing this. This was really fun, going back and looking through all the games that I played from the very first Mario Kart game I ever owned. I'm willing to do this again. I think that this could be something that could be really cool. A little kind of retro nostalgic perspective thing. A little bit of, hey, here are all these tracks that aren't in future Mario Kart games, but they're here in Mario Kart Wii. So come on down, come round. But yeah, if you guys want me to keep doing this for other games, because obviously there's so many retro tracks in Mario Kart Wii CTGP. You've got loads of tracks from N64, SNES, GBA, GameCube. There are some Mario Kart 7 tracks, even though there aren't really that many, but I can play them again if you want. But yeah, if you guys want me to keep doing this, leave suggestions in the comments below. I really, really want to hear your guys' take on this, and if you guys want me to keep doing it. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. I've been Ishikawa, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.